Hi everybody, it's Catherine from In the Pink Designs. My project today is a Valentine box that measures 3.5 by 3.5 by 3/4. It's a window box, obviously. And inside I have the Sweetarts Conversation Hearts. These are the ones that are the same as regular Sweetarts. My kids don't like the chalky ones. I'm not sure which ones they're called. So I get these for them every year. They're, I think right now, $3.96 I paid at Walmart for these. Alrighty. I think the other ones are, I'm not sure, they're just conversation hearts, right? I think, maybe. Alright, I'm using the Bee My Valentine bundle along with the Be Mine Designer Series paper. And the die that I'm using is this one right here from the Everyday Details die to make the hole there. So what we need for this project is some basic white for our stamping. We need a window sheet that is 3 by 3. I need a piece of basic white that I made 1/2 inch by about 2 1/4, but we might cut this down. And I just slanted that one end. Okay, of the Be Mine Designer Series paper, we need 4 that are 1/2 by 3 1/4 and 2 that are 3 1/4 by 3 1/4. And the Bubble Bath cardstock is 9 by 5 3/4. Okay, this is my host code. Please put that in for any purchases under $150, and I will send you a little something. All right. So we're going to start on the 9-inch side, and you want to score at 3/4, 4 1/4, 5, and 8 1/2. Turn it to the 5 3/4 inch side and score at 3/4, 4 1/4, and 5. And all these measurements will be on my blog. Alright, just fold and burnish all your score lines. Okay, so our 1/2 inch rectangle is over here. There is 1 3/4 inch strip here, and there are 2 at the top. And what we're going to do is this. Alright, so let's start over here. And we're going to go to the first score line, cut it to the first score line, and wedge both sides. Go to the next 2 score lines and cut them to the first score line, and then wedge the square. Go to the next score line, cut it to the first score line, and then wedge up into that skinny rectangle. Okay, turn the skinny rectangle to be over here, and we're going to count to the second score line, cut it to the second score line, and then we're going to take these 4 pieces off. And then just wedge up into that skinny rectangle on the side here. All right. Go to the next score line, cut to the second score line, take off the bottom rectangle, and wedge bottom square, and wedge the square that's left. Okay, go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, take off the bottom square, and wedge the one that's left. Alright, and then you want to round the corners of your top here. Alright, and this is what your cardstock looks like now. But what we have to do is attach one of the pieces of the DSP to the part that has the flap. Alright, so one of these pieces that are 3 1/4 by 3 1/4, I'm going to attach it with Stampin' Seal. I only have plus right now, so that's what I'm going to do. Alright. Alright, and then I'm going to take this die from the Everyday Details. The actual circle that it cuts here is about 2 3/8. Okay, so if you don't have this one, you could use a 2 3/8 or a 2 1/2 if you want. Alright, so I'm going to try to get this to the middle just by eyeballing it. And then I'm just going to tape it down and cut it out. Okay, and then we're just going to take this circle off. And this is good for another project. Alright, and this is what your cardstock should look like after you're all done with that. Alright, so now we need some tear and tape. And I'm going to put it on what's left of the skinny rectangle next to the score line. Take the backing off. And secure it there. Okay, so this here is the back of our box. So we want to push in. Oh, I forgot to put the window sheet. I always do that. Alright, so what we're going to do before we put it together is get our liquid glue and put a thin line of glue close to the edge. Would be much easier if I hadn't put it together. And then we're just going to stick it in here and push it up against the sides. Well, not the sides, the side of the circle. Okay, so now this is the back of our box. We're going to put the sides in and pull the back, and then we'll do glue on this part and close it up. Make sure everything's nice and square with each other. Okie dokie, and now let's put the rest of our DSP on. And I'll put the other large piece on the back, and then the small pieces on all the sides. Alright, now I'm just going to take a small hole punch and take a little piece out of the back. And then we're going to let this dry, and we're going to do our stamping. Alrighty, so we need our basic white, and I'm going to be using Bubble Bath, Real Red, and Tuxedo Black. So let's start with the Real Red stripes. Okay, and then we're going to do the Bubble Bath body. And the face in Tuxedo Black. I used the little squinty eyes. Alright, and now we'll get our Bee Builder punch and punch that out. And then I'm going to do the wings. With Real Red also. And we need the heart. The large heart and the small heart. So we need the Real Red. And we'll put the large heart first. And then we'll do the small heart. Oh, we need 2 small hearts. I forgot. we're going to do the antenna in red also. Okey-doke. I'm going to close this for now. And we need our silicone mat, and we're going to put it all together. All right, so first I'm going to get the wings. Glue that, and then the antenna. Okay, and then we need our sentiment and the real red. And I'm using Be Mine. Put that right on there. Okie doke. Alrighty, now we need, I'm going to put our hearts inside. Okay, first I'm going to put the Be Mine. I'm going to decide if I want it. Yeah, so leave your about 2 1/4, okay, and then I'm going to attach this with liquid glue. And I'm going to put my bee on about right there. And I'm going to put that on with dimensionals. I'm going to tilt them up a little bit. Just like that. And then I'm going to lean the heart kind of between his tail, so that the tail kind of comes over the edge of the heart. So I need a dimensional right here. And some liquid glue on this side. So try to tuck his tail out. Just like that. All right, and then we have our 2 hearts. And the other one up by his wing, or her wing. All right, now I'm going to get some silver and white sheer ribbon, and I'm going to tie a bow. Okay. Just trim it a little bit. Okay. All right, and then I'm just going to get a glue dot and some liquid glue. And then I'm going to put it right on the edge. Okay, and for the final touch, I'm going to use some of the hearts and flowers. They have them in petal pink, but it's close enough. I'm not a fan of petal pink. I like the bubble bath better. I'm going to take a large flower and put it right up here. And then a small flower here. And another small flower up there. All right, and that's it. If you have any questions, all my information is below, including my shop. Don't forget the host code and the link to my blog that has all of the instructions. Alrighty, have a great day, and I will see you next time. Bye.